Hi, LindaBauwin here from StampingWithLinda.com, your cardiologist since 1997, helping you create cards from the heart. Today is a technique video, and we are going to be using the Daisy Lane bundle, which is this stamp set, Daisy Lane, and the smaller Daisy Punch. Now, this bundle also can be used with the large Daisy Punch. So a really fun bundle. And what we are going to do is a technique that is called coloring embossing. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take our embossing buddy and we're going to rub it over a piece of basic black cardstock. I'm going to bring in my Versamark with the fern from the Daisy Lane stamp set, and we are going to randomly stamp the fern. Now, it is very hard to see exactly where we have stamped the fern, and if we double stamp over top of it, it really doesn't matter too much. I'm going to kind of hold it up to the camera. I don't know if you'll be able to see where the Versamark is. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my white embossing powder, and we're going to pour that all over the card. Now, we use the embossing buddy, so hopefully the embossing powder will only stick where we stamped it with the Versamark. But I also have a paintbrush here, so if I need to go in and brush some extra powder off, I can. And I see that I will, looks like I'm going to have to. The thing is that embossing powder will stick wherever there's moisture. So if you have held your card a lot, your fingerprints will cause the powder to stick. Today is a very humid day in Ohio. We've been having some rain showers, so my powder is sticking a little bit. Now I'm going to bring in my heat tool, and I'm going to heat some of this so that you can see what it looks like. Because you really need to make sure that you heat the whole fern. So I'm going to just bring in my heat gun, and I'm just going to heat one of the ferns partially. And what happens is, when it's heated, I'm going to hold it up to the camera here to see if you can see it. So this fern I've heated, and there's a glossiness, and then it's kind of a dull and looks like, I call laundry detergent, is what the powder looks like. But you want to make sure this is all nice and glossy, like this card here. So this has already been heated, and what we're going to do is simply go in then with our blends. I'm going to go ahead and open that up. I'm using the Old Olive, and I am just going to go in and color right over that embossing, and I don't have to worry about staying in the lines because the black cardstock does not show the blend color. So I'm just adding some of the Old Olive, the lighter color. Then now I'm going to go in with some of the darker. Now this blend, I notice the tip is really worn on it. Something to make your blends last longer is to use the side rather than to point down with the tip of your stamping blends. That will help them last longer. I'm going to go back in with that lighter color. Now if you leave some of the white, it just adds texture to it. So again, it does not have to be perfect. You can do this with any dark colored cardstock and your blends. So we're going to put our caps on. We're going to go ahead and finish this card out. I am going to use my new In Color Rose Ricola, and I'm just going to put a piece of that on the inside so that I'll have something to write on. I've already taken and stamped 2 of the large and 2 of the small daisies. And I'm just going to grab my bone folder and I'm going to kind of curl those daisies. You can curl them up or down, it doesn't matter. Just gives them some life. And even though you put them in an envelope and mail them, because you have bent that cardstock, you'll still have cardstock that's not completely flat. So we've got that. I'm going to go in and grab my small dimensionals and I'm going to put them in the center of my flowers. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to alternate those daisies so that the petals go in between, like so. It just makes it look more like a Gerber daisy, I think, than a regular daisy. Oops, and I got an extra dimensional there. We're going to go ahead and pull that off because what I'm going to use is the flower center for that flower. So it has a dimensional already on it. I'm going to peel that back off. And then I have just taken a piece of cardstock and have stamped the friend, and I want to make it into a banner. So I'm going to just kind of eyeball and cut into the center and then go from tip to that cut line, and then that will give me a nice banner. I'm going to add some adhesive across there. Add that to my card. This technique was shared during a recent team challenge. Dana Davis shared this technique and won one of my gift certificates for sharing this technique. I'm going to share her card also on my blog, stampingwithlinda.com. She used a different color and it totally changed the look of this card. So thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed today's technique. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.